Timberwolves fight in game 2 in Denver against the Nuggets, but end up dropping that game by 9 to go down 0-2 in the series. And it just took them too long to really put things together. It's just a lot easier for Denver to execute everything, and when they are executing well, they get a lot better shot quality than the Wolves seem to ever get. It's a lot easier for them. Everything's difficult for the Wolves, and they got star production across the board. Michael Porter Jr. efficient, Jamal Murray back to his bubble prosperity, shooting the shit out of the ball. He was so good. Jokic does Jokic things, 27 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds, and just kept that thing running smoothly all game long. So Denver had the star production. Their bench was also pretty solid, which is usually one of the weak points of their team, along with their defense, which was inconsistent in this one. Very good in the first half. Third quarter is when they had a serious lapse, and the Timberwolves get back into that game of a 40-point quarter, as they would trail by as much as 21 in this game and 15 at half. Very start of the game, the scoring was pretty even, mostly because the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards specifically was hitting a lot of tough jump shots and just kind of carrying through with tough makes, while Denver was getting easy looks. And I was thinking this isn't really sustainable, which would be true for the team as an entire, and they would have an extremely stagnant end to the first and second quarter, which is where that deficit would really build. But Anthony Edwards was spectacular for 4 full quarters. He would have 41 points in this game, never really let up or had long stretches where I'm like, where is he, or why is he not producing? He was on it all game. But our other star player, Karl Anthony Towns, kind of MIA yet again. 3 of 12 shooting the ball, had 5 fouls, got in foul trouble, and turning the ball over. Those are the usual bad things that come along with his bad games. And it brings me back to this feeling of, like, I never see Cat and Ant both have good games together. It's always isolated, and they're kind of taking turns. They never are really complimenting each other or just simultaneously playing well. Also brutal in that first half. There was a point where the fast break points were 19-0 for the Nuggets, and that's how hard they were getting outworked. However you look at the box score end of the game, fast break points were 19-16 for the end. So the Wolves got the next 16 fast break points, didn't give up any. That was a great adjustment and huge in them getting back with their explosive third quarter. I thought Gobert was good in that game. I thought the effort was a lot more present immediately. He played, I feel like, about as well as we can expect Gobert to after watching him through this season, and we can't think that we're going to get much more out of him. And he's also the best defender on Jokic, and I don't think that we got to be prioritizing Cat and then have Gobert off ball. I think although Gobert certainly does not shut down Jokic and gets burned in especially more of Jokic's more finesse plays, he's still the best we got for that matchup, and we have to focus on that more. Another thing to watch for with the bigs on defense, they are really struggling guarding the Jokic-Gordon pick and roll. They got several lob dunks off of that play, and they haven't been relatively competitive guarding those actions. Look out for that in Game 3 and going forward in this series. That's something that they'll have to shore up if Denver decides to exploit it. Mike Conley would also have a really good game. I kind of thought he was our best offensive player in the first half, actually. Another efficient night, always making the right decisions. Also would draw 3 offensive fouls in the fourth quarter alone. Like, he makes so many scrappy, smart plays, and he is just so good for us. Can always feel calm with Commander Conley in control. This dude is the greatest. But on the road, playing a great team, there isn't a big margin of error, and when you go down 20 plus in the first half and one of your stars plays miserably, you're just not going to pull that out one, especially with Jamal Murray playing so heroically, and it's really painful not having Jaden McDaniels out there to guard either him or Michael Porter Jr., who has looked really good in the opportunities where he tries to be aggressive in these first 2 games. And having both of those players having free Ovul on the wings is really tough. Although Nickeil Alexander-Walker has been a pest defensively and is really trying out there, we need another elite wing like Jaden out there, and his presence is seriously missed. Also, Taurean Prince gets the start tonight. Had a decent shooting night, but was also limited in minutes with 5 fouls. And I feel like Nickeil is the better start out there. Gonna be less fouls, a better defender to throw at Jamal and try to get into his face. And I don't blame Finch for trying that, but I think Nickeil should probably be the starter, or maybe Kyle Anderson. Coming home for some Minnesota playoff basketball. We have not been a very good home team this season. I think we probably get one of these games. Nuggets in 5 is my prediction. Hopefully we do better. I don't know. We'll see.